search warrant!
New Haven, Connecticut, just before 6 a.m.
Policeman search warrant! Policeman search warrant!
They are searching for a man who allegedly possesses child pornography.
Search warrant! Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
But this is not that man's apartment. He lives one floor down.
Is there anybody else inside this room with you?
No. No. Why? Why?
Where's Tim?
Who?
Tim. Your girl, Tim.
The neighbor downstairs?
So he's downstairs.
No, I do not know where he is.
Alright.
Why?
Stand by, okay? We'll explain everything to you, all right? There's currently a search warrant being executed.
How could police have gotten it so wrong? More on that in a moment.
Oh, sorry.
Shit.
Just stay right there, you're good.
This innocent and now terrified 20-year-old woman lives in this apartment with her 4-year-old brother and their mom.
Right here, does this work?
No, you can, it's on the table, it's like a little button right
Okay. Where is it? Right over here. Yep. Sit up
And
there.
right now we're
Okay, thank you. So, man, do me a favor for the time being, just stay off your phone, and then we'll explain everything to you, okay?
Did you want to hang up?
If you can, yes. Because right now, I just have to make sure everything is, status quo, and then
Yeah.
we'll explain what's going on, okay? So we have a search warrant. We'll explain the details to you, and then we'll go from there, okay?
Those officers down the hallway search the remaining rooms of the apartment. They find the young woman's mother, Stacy Wisenter, and immediately place her in handcuffs without being told what's going on, except that they are executing a search warrant, though technically it was invalid since the police were not in the right apartment.
Hands. Yep, hold on one second. Yeah, I'll tell you what's going on in just 1 second, okay? We have a search warrant, alright? We'll explain everything.
Clear.
My son is in the room.
Okay.
Mrs. Wisenter was concerned the commotion might have woken her 4-year-old son. Miraculously, the toddler slept through it all. Soon, each of the officers realized they were in the wrong apartment, so they eventually released the mother from handcuffs and invited her daughter to join her.
Do you want to come stand with your mom?
Sure.
Downstairs. So we're going to do that. First, can you stay with your mom? Yeah.
You remember 2 years ago when they were
A group of officers then went to the apartment downstairs, the one that they were supposed to raid. Police have not publicly released this portion of the video because it is part of the evidence against 35-year-old Timothy Yurgo. So how did police make their initial mistake and go into the wrong apartment instead of Yurgo's? The police counted to 3 instead of 2. The warrant said Yurgo's apartment was on the 2nd floor. The police thought the 1st floor instead of ground level was up those stairs. So they went up the stairs and then they went up another set of stairs, and nobody bothered to confirm the apartment numbers on the doors.
search warrant! Policeman search warrant!
Later that morning, after raiding the wrong apartment and then eventually going to the correct one, the police went back to the centers and reassured the family that the department would arrange to get them a new door.
We're gonna call your landlord right after, probably call him now, actually, to let him know about the damage. Provide you with a case number for the search warrant execution, because obviously none of this is your fault. It's all our fault. So we'll make sure it gets fixed as soon as possible. Hopefully today we'll get him here to come take care of that.
The door was fixed later that day. However, this incident from April 2023 apparently left lasting psychological and emotional damage on the mom and her 20-year-old daughter. So they are now suing the New Haven Police Department. Legal experts expect the city to settle.
Let's go! Get out of the street! Go home!
Several demonstrations took place throughout Akron the day after it was announced that a special grand jury decided the 8 Akron police officers involved in the killing of Jayland Walker last summer will not be criminally charged. It is now May, and this began weeks ago. And before I continue, look, this video can't be an exhaustive list or complete rundown of what has taken place in Akron since mid-April. I am merely here to highlight what has stuck out to a person like me watching from Columbus. From Akron Police Chief Stephen Mylett asking protesters to identify a group leader to exchange information with a sergeant, which may be an attempt at negotiated management, to the Ohio Attorney General's office not properly redacting this document about Jayland Walker so you could copy and paste your way into reading about, in detail, how Akron police killed him. But back to that opening clip. Akron police defended its actions in using tear gas, saying that protesters threw objects like water bottles at them. Well, here's a video where it seems like tear gas was used first, then water bottles were thrown. I don't know. Clips like this don't show everything, and it's important to hear out both sides. Although, are you trusting the word of people who do this?
Badge number, please, sir. What was that? Can you say it louder? Can you say it louder? 13.
They just stole my car for no reason.
Wait,
Stole my car for no reason.
what's your name?
Fuck ass cop!
Excuse me, what's your name?
They just took my boy from the jail. He's in that back of that pack right well. Also with somebody else.
What the fuck?
Two people like
Looks like Akron PD is taking, not towing, cars away. On what grounds are they doing this either way? Here's what amounts to a tank being brought to a routine traffic stop where, again, a car was stolen by law enforcement and parked somewhere. Who are Akron residents going to call? The police? With that said, Akron agreed to not use tear gas, pepper spray, and other types of force against non-violent protesters after a local group sued the city in federal court, saying it used excessive force in peaceful demonstrations. Here's what the parties agreed to, with the 14-day restraining order ending this week. Now, even if you were under the impression that these protesters shouldn't be blocking streets and need to get onto sidewalks, is walking on roadways and chanting not peaceful? And if it isn't, is law enforcement de-escalating any of this? Because seeing how Akron PD fired 94 shots in the death of Jayland Walker, a 25-year-old black man who fired at least one round, purportedly, at officers during a car and foot chase last summer, with Walker being shot 46 times in a hail of gunfire that lasted just under 7 seconds, which started with a routine traffic stop, and no one was charged for it, this isn't over.